Hey, what's up? Good evening, everyone. There we go. Alright, so let's take a look at Bitcoin and see how we're doing today. Hey, what's up, Norm? Hope you're having a good night tonight. Let's start with the crypto total market cap, actually. So, weekly, we still have bearish momentum growing on the MACD. Daily, though, it's actually starting to look nice. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days straight of the bears starting to lose momentum here. And it looks like it might be attempting to bullishly engulf here. We're going to wait to see over the next day or two how this plays out. 4 hours shows a little bit of bullish momentum starting to go. And bullishly engulfing for now. And we also had that bullish divergence right here. So total crypto market cap's actually starting to look nice. So ideally what we want to see is going to be probably getting up and around this $2.1 trillion range, and if we get a higher low up above here, that'll start to show some signs of trend reversal, or maybe even coming down, retouching this fib level and running. As long as we don't break below, let's see, 1.17 trillion roughly, which would be the lows right here. I'm still liking the looks of the total crypto market cap for the time being. So I'm going to take a look at Bitcoin, see how that's doing today. So same thing as total, the weekly still shows bearish momentum growing, but the daily, we have the first little bit of green here for momentum in 5 days. So that's actually looking even nicer than the total crypto market cap for the time being. And it's actually attempting to bullishly engulf as well on the daily. Attempting to bullishly engulf on the 4 hour. 4 hour bullish divergence. Looks like that's attempting to play out. It's looking like the market and Bitcoin's going to at least make an attempt at a rally. So I'm going to be keeping a really close eye on here for the next couple of days to see what happens with that. Yeah, I don't really see any signs of bearish divergence yet. So it's looking, at least it's going to attempt to make a nice little rally soon. So if Bitcoin goes, altcoins are going to end up soaring if Bitcoin bounces back. And let's take a look and see how some altcoins are looking. Start off with XRP. Alright, so on the daily, bears are losing momentum. Weekly probably still shows a lot of, bearish momentum. Same thing as total crypto market cap and Bitcoin. 4 hour bullish divergence looks like it's attempting to play out here. And just came back up and it's attempting to form support at this support line again. So I'm liking the looks of XRP for a potential reversal as well. XRP is at some pretty low levels compared to last cycle. So we didn't really get a big crazy vertical move up on XRP yet like we've seen back in 2017. The move that we got now kind of makes me think more of the initial little run up that we had and then consolidation before the real pump. So if this is just a small run up before XRP gets its real pump, XRP is going to be in for a lot of upside over the coming couple of months. Yeah, I'm really liking the looks of XRP for the time being. Especially if Bitcoin and the total crypto market comes back around. I think this has amazing upside potential from where it's at right now. Alright, Ethereum. Same thing as everything else. The weekly still shows bearish momentum growing. And the daily's looking like the bears are starting to lose momentum though. And attempting to bullishly engulf. And 4 hour bullish divergence. Looking like it's attempting to crack the fib level and get up above it. If the total crypto market cap does decide to keep on going, I think XRP is going to start to run from here as well. Just by the looks of the current bullish divergence and the way that it's trying to climb. So far everything's looking like there's nice potential. If the total crypto market cap does end up deciding to go, there's a lot of assets that look like they're ready to go as well. Anything that you guys want me to check out for you tonight? A little bit oversold here on Ethereum on the 1 hour, so maybe that'll cool off for a bit, but Larger time frames looks like Ethereum actually wants to make an attempt at running. DVS is starting to look nice. I'm going to check that out on Dex Screener so that I can get a better view. Alright, so on the daily, you could see right here the second day of VVS. It was down just about where we actually formed a bottom here. So where we are right now, VVS potentially found its bottom. Attempting to form support right here. The daily stochastic is looking beautiful, nice bullish cross. Was just very oversold on the daily, down around 24 on the RSI. Looking bullish on the 4 hour. Looking like it might attempt to cross bearish, but for now it's still bullish on the 1 hour as well. Personally, I'm loving the looks of VVS right now. Huge upside potential on this asset, and the fundamentals I also really like on this asset. So, personally, I've been accumulating down at these levels, and I'm going to continue to do so until this decides to get a real rally. Looks like it could be attempting to get the rally right here, though, so I'm liking the looks of the chart on VVS for the time being. If the total crypto market cap does decide to keep going, I could see this one finally deciding to run as well. Alright, now let's see how the US stock market's looking today. Alright, it's looking like it's attempting to do what we wanted to see here. So the daily bearish momentum starting to get weaker, was just quite oversold here on the RSI. That's attempting to come back around and run again. 4 hour, we got a little bit of bullish momentum here. So what we want to see is for the Dow Jones to get right back up into this support level and form a higher low here. Once we see a higher low back above in the support level, I'm liking the looks of the Dow Jones again. If it decides to just touch off here and form resistance at previous support and go to the downside, the levels I have in mind, very easily hitting the 236, which is 32,402, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if we came down to the 382 fib level, 29,663 right here. Because right here, that was the previous cycle top right before we had the March COVID crash. So if we were to come down and form support at previous resistant levels right there, at that point the Dow Jones would be looking phenomenal for a long. But for the time being, I'm proceeding with caution here. What I figure is more likely to happen, we'll probably get back up into here and get one nice final rally. And after we get another beautiful rally on probably both stocks and crypto, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the crypto bear market is definitely going to be on its way. And stocks, I think, could be in for a significant pullback. So I'm leaning towards we got a bit more upside. And then at that point, I want to start to look for real signs of pulling back to further levels. Yeah, NASDAQ on the weekly's definitely not looking the greatest. That's quite a lot of bearish momentum right there on the MACD on the weekly. And bearish engulfing candle as well. 4-hour bullish engulfing and a little bit of bullish momentum starting to build on the MACD. And the 1 hour does show some bullish momentum coming in and attempting to bullishly engulf. So same thing as the Dow Jones, what we want to ideally see would be for the Nasdaq to climb back up above the support level here and form a higher low. At that point, I'd be liking the looks of the stock market a lot more once we see the stock indexes get back up above support levels. Now, if this decides to just come back up a little ways and then form resistance at previous support, the downside targets that I have in mind, 236 going to very easily be hit, 13,026, 382, I think that's pretty likely as well, 10,689, and if it were to pull back a bit further to the 0.5 fib level, that's all the way down here at 8,800 points. That's roughly about half of where we are right now. So going to be keeping an eye on both the Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and also the S&P 500 to see how this all plays out, to see if we either get back above support levels or if it's just going to be in for some more downside. And I'll take a look at the S&P right now as well. Weekly bearish momentum still growing, same thing as everything else. Daily's looking nice though, you can see that the bears are losing momentum. A little bit of bullish momentum starting to build on the 4 hour. It's just oversold, looking like we have some bullish divergence actually as well. So it's looking alright to attempt to get back up here. So same thing as the other two indexes, we want to see that form a higher low above support levels. And if it decides to form resistance at previous support, the downside on the S&P 500 would be the 236 is 3,839. Very easily going to hit this. And the 382 would be 3,233. So that would be the previous top before the COVID crash in March. So if we were to come down and then form support at the previous resistant levels here at the top, I'm going to be liking the looks of the S&P 500 a lot more at that point. Alright, now let's see how Doge is looking. So Doge is absolutely floored, currently under the fib levels here. And there's currently daily bullish divergence. And you can see that the MACD is currently getting weaker for the bearish momentum. So altogether, I'm absolutely loving the looks of Doge to accumulate at these levels, and it also looks like there's potential for this asset to start to bounce soon as well. This probably has the most phenomenal risk-reward ratio out of anything that I've talked about so far today. And on the 4 hour, bears are losing momentum on the MACD, attempting to round out. It looks like maybe even form a little cup and handle pattern. Yeah, I'd be keeping an eye out for that if this comes up here and you see a little handle here and then a cup here. Be looking great for a potential rally. And on the 1 hour, you can see that the bulls are still gaining momentum. Altogether, I just find that Doge looks phenomenal for both accumulation and a potential reversal at these levels. Alright, now let's take a look at Shiba Inu and see how that's holding up. Losing bearish momentum. Looks like it's tempting to round out a bit. Gaining a little bit of momentum on the 4 hour, but it's not really looking as nice as Doge or anything. And there's also no daily bullish divergence, so Doge looks far better at the current price levels to accumulate, and also looks more likely to get a reversal soon. So better risk reward ratio currently on Doge, and looks more likely to bounce. So are the two dog coins, that's my pick of the day. Alright, now let's see how precious metals are looking. Looking like it's attempting to break support here. Bearish momentum starting to grow. RSI is getting low. So realistically, if it comes down, all that we have to do is bounce off this fib level or retouch the top of this channel and bounce off and then continue to run again. So I'm not too worried if it does end up breaking to the downside, but ideally what we're going to want to see is probably keep a higher low above around right here. And if we form a higher low above here or right here over the next couple of days or weeks, once we get above here, gold's looking great. Once gold gets above here, phenomenal. Gold's very likely going to be getting a strong rally once we get above this level here. And we do have some 2-hour bullish divergence right here. And 4-hour. So I wouldn't be surprised if gold just decides to hop back up and then form some higher lows in this support level here. Then just keep on running up that channel. Or support level. Alright, let's see how silver's looking. Looking like we got a double bottom, weekly bullish momentum starting to grow. The daily, though, is not really looking great. First bearish momentum we've had in probably about 2 weeks here. Tempting to cool off on the 4-hour for the MACD. And looking like we just got a slight little bit of bullish momentum on the 1-hour. So gold's looking nicer for the time being. Silver's definitely got a nicer accumulation zone, though. We're all the way down under the 618 for silver. And on the half-hour, it looks like we just got a little bit of bullish momentum starting to come in here. I wouldn't really be surprised if silver does make an attempt at rallying from here. Out of the two, I find gold does look nicer today, though, based on the chart. Alright, now let's see how Thor's holding up. Thor's been taking a little bit of beating after it got some bumpy, I should say, news. So, realistically, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Thor, just climbed up, hit the 0.15 fib. And probably going to come down and touch the 786, which is about $102.9 here. So that's probably a little over $50 USD difference of where we are now. So Thor, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a nice significant pullback here down to this level and attempt to form support here and then rally again. Yeah, the daily stochastic's bearish, 4-hour stochastic's bearish, 1 hour is bearish. 15 minutes bearish. Yeah, I think that this is very likely just going to keep on pulling back for a little ways down to around here. So we'll come back to here over the next 2 or 3 days and see how that plays out, and then see if we see any signs of reversal whenever we get down around those levels. Alright, now let's see how power's looking tonight. 4-hour stochastics tempting to cross bearish here. I'm just seeing consolidation for the time being. And the daily stochastics bearish, but kind of wound up tight. So I'm going to wait to see if this ends up attempting to cross bullish, or if it does show signs of coming back a little further. Alright, now let's see how CRV's looking tonight. First weekly bearish momentum we've seen on the MACD in a little while. Daily, we got about 5 days straight of bearish momentum losing strength. 4 hour looks like the bulls are attempting to gain a bit of momentum there, and the candles do look like they're alright for the time being. And it's looking like we do have some 4 hour bullish divergence. Pretty close to oversold on the 1 hour, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little consolidation and then an attempted rally on CRV. Alright, now let's see how Hex is looking. So it's looking like we got some hidden bullish divergence here, so the MACD is going from low to higher low. And 4 hour bullish divergence on the RSI. Probably going to wait for a little more information to develop, but I'm starting to like the looks of it. The total crypto market cap does come back around. I think this is likely going to get a nice rally as well. So between the 4 hour bullish divergence and the 4 hour MACD starting to lose a bit of bearish momentum, starting to look alright. Alright, now let's see how Alliance block is looking tonight. A couple days straight of bears losing momentum on the daily, gaining momentum, or bulls are gaining momentum on the 4 hour. 4 hour bullish divergence. The MACD on the 1 hour is looking nice, tempting to gain more bullish momentum. Was just oversold. Now we got some nice bullish bullish divergence right there. Yeah, Alliance is looking pretty nice. And we're under the 786 right now, so this is the level that I really like to accumulate around. Looking like there's quite a lot of upside potential as well. Pretty close to about 4x to previous all-time highs. And if it goes further all-time highs this cycle, it's definitely a great accumulation area on this asset. Anything that you guys want me to check out for you tonight? I'm probably going to check out a couple of more assets and then I'll call it a night. Okay, so Quant on the daily, 5 days straight of bears losing momentum. First little bit of green we've seen on the candles here in a while. 4 hour bulls gaining momentum, bullish divergence. Bullish divergence in the 1 hour, not quite oversold yet. And let's see. Yeah, the RSI is all the way down around 15 on the RSI. Quite oversold. Great accumulation area on this asset. And with Quant's goal of interoperability, great fundamental project. Technicals are looking great to accumulate. Yeah, I'm going to be snagging some more at these levels personally. Omi's looking nice on the daily, 3 days straight of bullish momentum growing on the MACD. 4 hours got the first little bit of bearish momentum here in a couple of days, but wouldn't be surprised if it just pulls back around maybe this wick or something, then keeps on going, since that's right above the fib level. It's looking like pretty consistent higher highs and higher lows. So if that just keeps on playing out, probably doesn't take that much more before we're at new all-time highs on OMI, which is great for the way that the total crypto market cap's looking for the time being. If total crypto market cap comes back around, I think that OMI's going to be in for a beautiful rally. Alright, now let's see how AION is looking. Okay, 4 days straight of the bears losing momentum on the daily. And 4-hour bullish divergence. 4-hour MACD also shows the bulls gaining momentum. Yeah, AION's starting to look nicer. And this one, just at the previous high, it was a little over 70 cents here. So that's over a 7x from where we are right now, just at this previous high, which is a great risk reward. But previous all-time highs are all the way up around here at 12.4 roughly. So if it ever hit levels like that, that's just an astronomical risk reward. Very, very high risk asset, but based purely off the technicals, the chart looks quite nice for potential upside. $0.037 is looking like the local bottom, so probably about 70% from where we are now down. But the upside potential, well, just right here, that's over 7x, so I'm liking the looks of AION currently. And let's check out how Butchered Time Wonderland is. A little bounce today, 25.8%, but after it just basically died, I don't really think that means much. It was all the way up here at, yeah, just pretty close to $10,000, and now we're all the way down at 400. You could see some very nice, oh, let's switch charts here. Yeah, you could see there was some very nice daily bullish divergence right here, clear as day. But as soon as it broke that, which was from a big liquidation event from margin trading, whales were margin trading, I believe, like millions of dollars, and as soon as it got wiped, the price just dipped. Once we broke that support level, and more bad news continued to come out about time, the price has just been in a horrendous downtrend ever since. Wouldn't be surprised if it did make an attempt at a relief rally, but personally I'm just sidelined. I'm not touching this. This is, between the bad news and the way that the daily broke down like that, I'm just really not liking the looks of the price action or liking what I've been hearing about the project lately. Yeah, I'll take a look at Tesla and then I'll call it a night. Weekly bearish momentum growing. Weekly bearish engulfing candle. Daily bearish momentum still growing. RSI is almost oversold though. We do have some 4-hour bullish divergence. The MACD looks like it's kind of flattening out for now. And 1-hour bullish divergence, and 1 hour shows that the bear's losing momentum. I'm thinking we're probably going to see some consolidation here while the market decides which direction it wants to go. We have both bullish divergence, but some pretty clear bearish engulfing, so just going to wait for more information to present itself on this asset. Alright, well, I'm going to call it a night. I hope you all have a great night, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow.
So far, but it wasn't without a fight. We share these scars, but they won't keep us out.